Imagine walking into a hospital where the lights are off, the halls echo with silence, and yet, everything is still in place. For stands, patient beds, old x-rays hanging from the walls, even open medical files left on desks, as if the doctors just stepped out for lunch, and never came back. This isn't fiction. This is the real story of Southwest Detroit Hospital, a facility once full of life and care, now a haunting time capsule of medical history, abandonment, and mystery. Today, we uncover the true story of a hospital that was left overnight with everything inside, and the strange legacy it left behind. The story of Southwest Detroit Hospital begins in 1973, during a time of tension and change in Detroit. The city was still healing from the 1967 riots and grappling with racial inequality in healthcare. In a historic move, 5 black doctors, frustrated by the racism in local hospitals, banded together to create a facility of their own. It was one of the first black-owned and operated hospitals in the United States. With the help of government grants, fundraising, and a mission to serve their community with dignity, Southwest Detroit Hospital was built with nearly 250 beds, a state-of-the-art surgical wing, a maternity ward, and one of the most advanced trauma centers in the city. For a while, it worked. It wasn't just a hospital, it was a symbol of empowerment. But it didn't take long before the dream began to unravel. Despite the noble vision, the hospital struggled with financial mismanagement and underfunding. Many of the staff were overworked, and the hospital faced difficulties attracting enough insured patients to stay afloat. By the 1980s, allegations of medical malpractice and poor conditions began to surface. Rumors of misdiagnosis, unsanitary surgical conditions, and missing medications plagued its reputation. Then came a critical blow. In 1991, the hospital lost its accreditation. That meant it could no longer receive Medicaid or Medicare reimbursements, the financial lifeline of any urban hospital. One winter morning in the early 2000s, without any grand announcement, Southwest Detroit Hospital closed its doors. Some say it happened almost overnight. Staff members reportedly came in for work and found the doors locked. Patients had already been transferred to other hospitals. Others had simply left. Inside, everything remained, just as it was. Stacks of patient files lay open on desks. Gurneys sat abandoned in hallways. An infant incubator was still hooked up. Surgical tools were left as if a procedure had just finished. X-rays were scattered across desks. Even blood samples and sealed medicine packets remained in place. It was as though time had frozen. As word spread, urban explorers began sneaking in. What they found was chilling. Photos and videos from the mid-2000s show untouched hospital rooms, dust-covered operating tables, and even computers still plugged in. Some files contained sensitive patient information, sitting out in the open, violating HIPAA laws. Surgical gloves, biohazard containers, and even old blood bags were left scattered throughout the hospital. The strangest part, some claimed the emergency call lights still flickered on in certain rooms, though power to the building had been cut. It didn't take long for Southwest Detroit Hospital to gain a reputation as haunted. Locals reported hearing voices, footsteps, and strange metallic clanging from inside at night. Paranormal investigators visited, convinced that something, or someone, had been left behind. The building sat abandoned for over 2 decades, rotting in place. Thieves stripped copper wiring, vandals smashed windows, and squatters began to use it for shelter. Despite public outcry, the hospital remained standing, a decaying monument to a dream gone wrong. In 2019, the city of Detroit officially deemed it a hazardous structure and began the process of demolition. By 2022, the hospital was finally torn down, and with it, a chilling chapter of medical history ended. But even after its demolition, the photos, footage, and first-hand accounts live on. Southwest Detroit Hospital is more than just a creepy relic. It's a reminder of the fragile line between hope and collapse. What began as a beacon of empowerment became a cautionary tale of underfunding, neglect, and lost trust. Its story reflects broader issues about healthcare, race, urban decay, and what happens when institutions are left to rot. And perhaps most haunting of all, is the eerie way it ended. Not with sirens, or chaos, but with silence. A hospital, frozen in time, with everything left inside. If you found this story haunting, strange, or fascinating, hit that like button, and subscribe for more forgotten stories from America's hidden past. And remember, sometimes, the scariest places, are the ones that were meant to heal.